But with Alpha gone in their last game, he stepped up and was the paramount player for me to make it here. Against 3 rookies on the other side as well as we hop into Ascent. Here's your agent select. And for Fnatic, no changes. NRG though, taking a look at that Vise.
Okay, yeah, well, so the Sage is going to be staying. Scuba, I think that has also been having. It's a little bit more of a silent hero, at least in my eyes. I wonder how much Odin we're going to get from the hands of
we're going to
Bob
get a
today.
lot of Odin.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think that we should put that in the shot call.
I think so.
Yeah, how many Odins is Brock going to buy this half? Can we make that happen,
yeah,
please?
I totally agree with that. We expect to see that without a doubt, but it is important to note here that for both of these squads, right, it kind of is just, they got to allow it to just be a blank slate. Each round, each map has to just be one after another. Otherwise, you're going to get consumed by the moment, and before you know it, you lose the game.
Absolutely, especially so for people like Mata. This is such a paramount map for him to perform at. If he doesn't play well on this Jet, so much of NRG's game plan on defense becomes all the more difficult. If he can get an op up early, if he can play as well as he was playing for the rest of this tournament, he's going to be such a force payer for Fnatic to have to deal with.
And for all of those plays, of course, we have to look back at Ethan, now calling the shots for the team, and on the other side, Crushes. Let's see who knows each other a little bit better, who has that experience, who has that read. Same goes to some.
All right, folks, it's time to start the upper final, our first map here at the Accor Arena, and we've got 2 of the best on the mic. Here's Pansy and Hypop.
Thank you so much, GB. And where to start, Mike? Where to start? There's so much to be said about both these sides.
Absolutely.
I think let's look at NRG first, right?
Yeah.
We love an underdog, but I mean, Ethan's already lifted that trophy once before, but I guess it's a very different looking team
Yeah,
now.
there's a short list of players that you'd say you want coming into an arena like this versus a team like Fnatic, and Ethan makes the cut every single time.
100%.
Again, seasoned veteran of VALORANT, and again, no stranger to the pressure that comes with this, but this is a roster that I think will live or die under that pressure.
And again, my mind's not worried about your Ethans. It's not even that worried about some. I'm looking at Marder here. I think Mimi's last point on the desk, it's a big map to deliver on, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Now, on the other side, Fnatic, right? The most winningest
again, where do you
team,
start?
right?
Where do you start? Yeah.
But still missing that one title.
Yeah.
That one accolade, the one that everyone wants. Yeah, Crom's been there before, but as this 5, Mike, it feels like it's the closest they've ever been.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Boaster's brought 11 different players to a playoff stage of a global event, but I can honestly, hand on heart, say this is the one that I've had least doubts about now that we're here.
Yes.
Facing off against NRG will be the first opponent that they have to topple this weekend. Starting out on Ascent as well, it's I don't want to say a little bit of a curveball, but certainly in terms of the front side of this veto, NRG have to get off to a flying start here.
I think it's 2-0 or there. Hey, I'll be happy to be wrong. NRG on the defending side, Fnatic on the attack, and hey, take a moment, breathe it in. We know it's Fnatic, it's going to take a second or two.
Fnatic have been much more proactive again. The big criticism domestically has been hesitation in the mid-round. You know, the plans in place have been robust, but again, they've fallen short a few times.
But I quite like what I'm seeing from Marder here as well, taking that space through B main, posting up on this, so they can free up that rotate, right? This is the correct read thus far. Players for NRG in the correct side of the map. Now again, don't fall for it just yet. Fnatic will run that clock low, but this is a minute, and that's a fantastic paranoia. And there's the flash. You look at it, Ethan called him out. It's a whip of a start, but Som right back into it. 3 big kills, and it's a massacre. Are you starting with an ace? No. Boaster. Excuse me? Boaster, you're on 20 HP, bro. What are you doing? This is madness. Marder on the other side's made it over, and he's got the spike on that side of the door. Boaster's options, well, I guess you can open it again.
You're going to try and slow things down here, but huge advantage from Marder in the pistol round. Just has to hold on to this position now.
Has he added just enough doubt for Marder yet? Boaster taking this pause for thought, trying to imply he could be going elsewhere, he could be anywhere else. And I like the Marder's fallen away from this, playing safe, allowing Boaster just enough space. But the smoke's good, the pre-fire's there. Oh, that was a nice little headshot. Nice try, but can we just talk about Som there, like quietly getting 4.
Went absolutely huge. Again, Ethan a little sloppy on the exit from that smoke, but Som on the cleanup is absolutely huge here.
Just a team player. Look, don't worry, they'll be facing me. You swing, get 3. Oh, but already pressure for Marta there, and that's a tick in the box for me, right? That's a good start. That's got to feel nice for them. And for Som as well. Big impact early on.
Absolutely.
Into the unknown.
The purchase here actually including everybody finding a weapon, a judge in hand for Som. Marta's going to pick up a deep angle here. But the body's on the other side of this.
I like that the flash was broken by someone else, so Marta gets played in on this slightly deeper line. So Kayak going to be punished on this, and there's no early or easy beginnings here. You're looking at Alpha just with that Sheriff. Could maybe do something, but again, Marta, I like this line. Again, he's willing to brawl on this, willing to stick his life on the line for it, and a missed shot there. We will be, I guess, checking back in on Alpha's form too, right? Took a couple days off. Ethan just soaking in the farm. NRG, lovely start here, because look, this is not just a big stage like we were talking about before, Mike. This is the arena quality.
Yeah, exactly. And all the things we're talking about, it would be such a huge positive for NRG to get a couple of these players online feeling comfortable in these early rounds, particularly here on Ascent as well. Well, I think it is key that, you know, they're going to take some space away and really apply that, I mean, the pressure in terms of the mid-round, forcing Fnatic to make decisions, or even forcing them to adapt. Maybe play a little later into that unknown of the late round.
And there's a switch up here already, seeing Marta over towards short. Maybe looking to punish that late rotation through middle, as we've been seeing. Bit of a switch up of the setup as well. So Scuba positioned over towards B, all towards that side. Now it is a bonus for NRG. Fnatic need to get a bit of a grip on this game.
But actually pretty well invested from NRG. I was talking about everybody throwing something in the previous poster. Clearance here on Zamada.
Yeah, that's lovely. Brought a little isolated, does have support, but already walled off. So Kayak clears the route forward. This bonus going exactly how Fnatic would have wanted, right? They've dealt with 2 of the initial players. I mean, there's still a bit of a threat on B, but Scuba's got to do some serious stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff as well. If Ethan gets locked out on the Stinger, as Fnatic now set their sights towards Scuba. Connection there onto Alpha. Unfortunate not to find a kill.
But also the paranoia goes wide. Scuba's played in on this, not by much, but there's a window of chance, and they swing, but they line up. There was an opportunity there. Good damage done still. Look at Alpha's HP. Kayak a little wounded, but it's Ethan and Som to try and bridge that gap. It would be wild if they get back into this site.
Absolutely. Som just look to try and do some further damage here. We'll find Kayak.
He's expecting that swing again.
They can shepherd them in.
And they've seen him. They've absolutely seen Kron, but this guy is ice cold. He knows that Som would have wanted a bit of that, so Kron gonna backpedal away slightly further. Good damage done. That should pretty much seal this round, secure it. 3 surviving for Fnatic if they can make it out. You're looking at Alpha here. Gonna be smoked through, and there it is. Boaster allowing the exit away from the site. Fnatic make it out with 3.
And a real chance for NRG to do some massive financial damage here, but able to escape with 3 weapons here. Boaster looking dialed in today. It looked like a nice clearance from the other angle here. Like I said, at the point at which Ethan's kind of locked out of this, it makes it really difficult for NRG to really contest ahead of this site hit. But again, with the Bulldog in backside.
This is a big purchase. Odin out for Brock, which, I mean, he's been notorious on, and the operator for Marta. This is a big investment, and I wonder how aware Fnatic are that this is going to be a go-to look for them.
Might have a TP sent up towards mid. Kayak's actually going to commit to that. Apply some pressure here.
Aldron should have seen it. I imagine Marta got to be locked in on this, got to be dialed in. Alpha is now watching this angle, and you can see the damage that could be done in a second. Has to fall away. Still fine, I guess, with the operator on 8 HP, but it's not the start they would have wanted. Mid one out by Fnatic.
Issue being, I was going to say, Boaster looked as if he was about to progress towards A main. Som has firm control over that area right now. Fnatic will regroup over towards mid. And actually a trade out of the spike here. Boaster will return to A main. And Ethan will be tested here, actually. Finds Kayak ahead of contact.
Yeah, that looked like just a little pixel angle on the corner. Maybe just had a little glance down and managing to catch Kayak is a pretty big scalp to claim. And I love the fact that the extremities are held. This feels like NRG have prepped in this regard. Get them on deep lines here, but it takes patience. Reward for Marder. After a brutal beginning, now look at how hard it is to fall to these sites.
I think they're gonna try and wrap A here, I think.
It looks like that, the way they're trailing up towards that CT side, but again, that's 3 players you're coming up against, and you still don't have that full info on that A main push-up. And Scuba's already considering it. Smart work. This just might peter out.
Yeah. Just going to tuck into spawn here and hold on to what they've got.
And I feel like
a little rattled here by this exchange in the mid-round that completely stops them in their tracks. They don't have any tangibles to work upon.
But I feel like this is such a simplistic but great answer from NRG, and I want to see Fnatic adapt. There's nothing new about, okay, they're slow defaulting on us, they're working the map really late, cool, let's take a claim on the extremities. Let's take that map space, right? Deep lines with the operator, Som, lovely presence towards A main, and just try and not feed down middle, right? They've done this. So set the tone back here. There's what Ethan saw, wasn't much.
Well, actually, it gets onto the other angle
Nasty.
to find the spam. But that's the crucial kill here. That's, like I said, the spike's been traded off. They're actually setting up ahead of a site here. And the one, how many times do we talk about one kill changing the entirety of Fnatic's game plan?
Ooh, a little bit more committed from Marder this time, but smoked off. Fast pressure, B main. First time we're seeing this little bit of a tempo shift towards at least challenging earlier on B main. And this time, obviously, Marder not there. Nice shock dart, though.
Monocle retrieve the orb here. First time you're seeing a commitment of 3 actually outside B for NRG.
But I like this reclear from Brock. Well timed, but I don't think it's going to get the check under the box. Did he see him? No! Massive
Big
work
punish.
from Kron. That's lovely, cerebral play from him. Tucked in the corner, waiting for that reclear.
And this is the checklist that you want to see Fnatic go through after they lose a few rounds to these extremities. Chronicle will hold on to the spaces. Actually, Fnatic make massive moves up mid.
But I think Ethan read that, so Brock now gets called into line. How do they want to face it? Falls away from that first contact towards Switch, playing deeper towards backside. TP gets considered, but actually cancelled. Still, slow and steady march from Fnatic here, but Brock is a problem to clear. Mouse one held down, it's just deleted Alpha. Big player out of this round, but quickly dealt with by Kayak.
Gonna come, Poster with the backstab here. Actually gets Ethan. We'll catch him.
Didn't expect that.
Does open up a side, but Som is still there.
But it's only got a judge. I mean, I say that.
Well,
if they go through heaven.
if they drop through heaven here.
My God, they don't think Som's going to be here. They heard that TP earlier. He might have played him like a fiddle. 14 seconds, spikes down. Som on guard duty. What a stop from him. That's all he's got to do. Round 1, perfect play from Som.
It's a roll of the dice from Fnatic. Again, I hate to come back to the same
Look
thing.
at
They're
that.
on their feet
As they should
already.
be.
But it's these situations where Fnatic will drift into a huge question mark on the map. And again, if you spread wide in this default, you have information across it. Like you noted, there was a TP earlier on. They know it wasn't committed to. It's just such a gamble, and it's something.
So sick.
It's something we've seen Fnatic absolutely fumble repeatedly this year.
We were waiting for someone to exploit it. We were waiting for the team. Question marking, could it be with this IGL, this coach, who it was? But also, when I saw Marder and Som standing up, I'm seeing Ethan grinning. I'm seeing that little grin on the face, because you know you've got them on that first step.
That's why I think Ethan is probably dialed into that. Okay, guys, in terms of the mental game, we're on top here. We are up so good right now.
But like, you're going to run a very classic style of approaching attacking sides, right? These slow works. Ethan's mind was built in that sort of cage, right? This guy knows how to handle this.
Yeah.
You roll your mind back and you flip his name backwards, you'll remember this guy's dealt with this for years. So again, I think that NRG could be the team to exploit it. Now, this is where the layers come in though, right? Fnatic have depth, they have a great coaching staff, they have a great IGL, and they got firepower. They need all of that now. I don't want to see Boaster at the top of the board, that's great for him. Where's your Kron, where's your Kayak, where's your Alpha? Give me the big dogs back out here.
Well, and again, actually, to come towards the composition here on the attacking side in terms of how do you remedy this? How do you problem solve these sorts of issues when you've got Alpha on the stage where, again, yes, he can go forwards, but in terms of some of the plans we see here, Fnatic aren't really putting themselves in positions to take 2v2s, take 3v3s. They're looking for these solo kills.
And Kron's on the op. Oh, Marder! You can't place silly games like that. Peeking through the smoke was never going to be rewarded, but Brock trying to maybe levy that. Bit of damage from Cat. Does he catch the creep up? I don't think they've seen the player over towards Sabrosa, so there's a lot of players close by here. And I think Marta just put on notice a little. Kron absolutely outdoing him in that.
He's going to get caught by the drone here. The fragment in just to prevent it. That's it. The spam out is perfect.
Ethan in an arena, man, just gets more and more dangerous, but a slow lean towards A, right? Slow work from that spike coming on over. But they got Stingers, Guardians, a much weaker purchase. And look who's ready. The Guardian of the A side, Som. Still got the paranoia, still got the judge. 40 seconds, a little earlier than normal. The dart scans nothing.
For a little bit of chip damage in here. The wall will go up, but it's removed immediately. But the judge Boaster's found one blind, though.
That's huge from Boaster. Aren't going to be in now. No easy upgrades. Maybe you could pick... I mean, it's a judge, so it's still not ideal.
Boaster trying to hold on to control here, but Ethan's found Alpha on the way in.
Ooh.
Actually, commitment of the ult here.
They get out of it, though. Boaster looking to shut them out as well. And Boaster again! Ridiculous! Both IGLs having to do so much here. Ethan and Brock on one side, Kron and Kayak on the other. Operator still in play for Kron. That's the back line. Darts here, Spike starting to tick though. They've got to make a move. And Kron digging deep. Starting this round and may just end it. Kayak gonna claim the last kill. But Fnatic having to dig deep there.
Absolutely. But a huge positive to come out of the timeout here and immediately see that response. Again, the game plan here for NRG is to concede this space. And the exchange, the exchange in mid, really, really awkward for NRG actually. It's Ethan committing the null command in a situation that's a little unorthodox, but maybe just to quell any sort of, rush with lesser weapons and for him to get overwhelmed in that situation. Will find their second. Chronicles.
Refire in the spam.
Yeah. Chronicles still on the operator as well.
I'd love to talk about that at some point. We see that kind of filtered through so many people's hands here. Marta on the adjustment too, playing off of Cat rather than middle. And look how deep NRG are sitting on this. Maybe re-clearing mid now, but Marta might just get face-checked here. Fnatic slowly getting closer. And there it is. Big shot from Alpha. Better follow-up from Kron. Mid cleared. First challenges found. The site's now vulnerable.
And Som still hopping about with the judge over towards A here. Kayak going to spot out another player here, but will TP away.
It's still really on Som though, isn't it? The paranoia goes in. You're not going to gap close that. That felt a little too far. And now the site's very open. There's the reaction from Fnatic, right? They found out their solution. And I guess it's digging deeper as well towards middle. Willing to challenge this out. A couple of, I don't want to say missed shots from Marta, but outdone here.
No, but it's the isolation that's key, right? It's, like I said, Fnatic usually are looking to receive any sort of aggression on their attacking default. Here they are proactively clearing Marta in a couple of rounds now. I guess in terms of the bigger picture, right? Talking about Marta coming online early, but...
Cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, now if Fnatic are able to continually isolate him, could be a concern to note. But actually, just now, sorry to butt in there. Kayak obviously using his ultimate here, but Fnatic looking very healthy in terms of this ult cycle. Will be a little ahead of NRG in that regard, and the funds now starting to dwindle a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep all of this. Nice from Scuba. Getting hold of one. Here the spike going off behind. Rashi's considering the hunt. He's had a quiet beginning, and it will stay quiet. Nice from Scuba, really nice. So, fought for his weapon there.
Give Scuba the ult as well, actually. On the back of that, the only one that's going to be available here. Marta one away from the knives.
Now, I'm almost wanting a timeout back from NRG. It feels like this first step's been made by Fnatic. This how they want to unravel middle. And it's worked, right? We've had a couple of rounds now. I think credit to Kron on some of this. Also Boaster on that kind of half-fly as well.
I mean, the issue being as well, if Som's going to commit towards the judge, well, it has done for a couple of rounds now. If he can get isolated on either of those choke points, you can't really play the range there. So credit to Fnatic to identify that on the back of finding Marta as well. NRG, I think, probably commit an extra player towards B, potentially towards mid, knowing that late round Som was able to clean up effectively. But if he gets caught on door or anywhere towards the chokes, it's really, really difficult for him to anchor in that position.
No, and again, look, when we look at NRG, you've got to keep them in the conversation about being a high-tier team. They have to be able to adapt back here. It can't be a one-look approach. We know Fnatic have that depth. They've proven that time and time again. And again, highlighting this adjustment coming out is wonderful. They've broken the purchase now as well from NRG. There's going to be, what, those 2 remaining guns, right? We had the Odin, and I'm not seeing it land as much with Brock this time. I haven't seen it be as influential as it felt early on.
Sure. But I do want to come back to Chronicle sticking on the operator as well, knowing that he's going to kind of be solo on these extremities. He can kind of play both sides of it, right? Pick up a very, very deep angle, wait for somebody to drift forwards, and punish that aggression, which is, I think, initially probably what NRG want to tap into.
Yes.
Certainly on the defensive side here. And we were talking before they started about in terms of the prep for NRG. There are certain elements of anti that you can put in place versus Fnatic, but they're so good at switching things up historically that it's not something you can just come in with a
one trick.
One trick that will suit you for an entirety of a half.
It might get you 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where we're at right now. So this is now the test back, but this round, again, you're looking at the buy here. Chronicle hyper-aware. Obviously, the most they're coming up against is a couple of light shields.
Yeah.
So the Outlaw should be just fine. Beyond that, on the other side of things, as said, those 2 remaining weapons. Scuba still has the ult and a couple of Sheriffs to round it out. But for Fnatic, it's Na'Vi-esque rounds, right? Slow, steady. You don't want to fall into a trap, which we know that NRG would happily run here. So, utility noted. Crashy showing a bit of presence.
Got to deal with the wall as well here. Probably draw eyes from NRG. See on the other side, it's Boaster and Alpha to look for potentially a counter swing.
That's a horrible outline I see on short as well.
Yes.
This.
Yeah.
Vile. Alpha. Oof. This is sketchy, and Brock's got his first target. And that was the spike too. That's the problem here. But there needs to be some help. Counter paranoias from both sides! What is that? NRG! Bring down the Vice in middle, just crunching this out. And now it's just protect the spike. They can't get near it! Marta's trying to fire up as well. As Kron, he wants to keep that secure away. Smart work from him. Precious cargo there. And if he can get back to the Outlaw, he will, but NRG, lovely, lovely look.
Yeah, and it's the fact that the spike is noted at 27 seconds. And it goes down as the forward player. Like I said, it's Alpha and Boaster looking for something up here. The counter paranoia to slow down any further aggression. And nobody's in on B site, by the way. It was 3 players towards market. So NRG are immediately in position to capitalize on this. And that's the sort of game plan that's going to really, really test Fnatic here in the first half.
And look how fragile their money was. They can fashion together a weird purchase, but it's a frenzy with Boaster. At least a Vandal with Alpha, but that's about it. So a quick swing
you get
around.
flawless in your eco round for NRG, so it's just such a huge boost.
Ooh. First time we're seeing it this direct though, right? And Crashy's taking a boatload of damage on the way from the shock darts on site. Ethan towards market. Marta on CT and Brock playing towards stairs. Fnatic being held in the choke. They can't really break in yet.
The reads are on point for
Look at
NRG
Som
right now.
up in middle as well. Love this. Tuck towards top mid. He's going to hear these rotations. So this is a big call coming out here if he can hear this. Again, arena stage, little different. So you've got to look at the other side of the map now. Scuba needs to be locked in. He is catching Boaster. This is perfect work. Again, NRG, I can't credit enough how well they're approaching this.
Absolutely.
Crashy has no idea, man. This is just a checkmate again. Crashy's got to be so careful. Som's got his number on the other side.
Of course it's Som on the other side of this as well. Fnatic, now 40 seconds left on the clock. Try and recover something, but you've noted it already. Going to be in a position to hear this rotation. See, already Alpha's made good progress, but not on site just yet.
And there's still a cross being watched as well. Scuba, yes, a little bit deeper now. But again, safe-ish pair of hands, 20 seconds. You've heard the rotations, and now he's been noted. Scuba does well to find the kill, and now they know the cross is coming in. It can be caught and punished. The perfect plan undone. NRG fully in control here. Fnatic being herded around the map like sheep. Kron could try and stand, but NRG, perfection. Love this.
And they need to find a way to punish this proactivity from NRG. 6-3 scoreline now. In another round where, I'm not sure if Alpha's had his res for 2 or 3 rounds now. But if they want to actively go for an engagement here to try and swing the pendulum back in their favor, it has to come here in round 10.
I can't stress it enough, though, for Fnatic. This is their map choice. This...
I mean, it's looking very one-dimensional again from Fnatic.
Yes.
We credit the mid-rounds, but again, in terms of, oh, it's the attacking side, damage control, it's not enough for me so far.
Again, the protocol list here from NRG, I can't say it enough. You're already looking towards that A side. You've got Som on a bit of a deeper line. Still keeps his paranoia in case he gets in trouble, but he's been playing up on this. Now, can Fnatic punish it?
Yeah, still just, even at this point, so many question marks. Kayak now dealt with in mid. Mada immediately able to disengage. A chance for the res here. Come fairly early on in the round.
There's
the Hunter's Fury here to counter.
Brock was ready for this one. Did get, I think, a tag on this. 2 tags, I'm pretty sure, and probably the spam. That's got to be a little bit worrying. They'll catch on Alpha on the way out, but we're about 45 seconds, and they haven't really broken down a door yet.
No.
You've got Marder on a deep line over towards B.
Say, look at Wine
frees
as
up
well.
rotation, and that is a problem. No matter how close you get, there is still an issue. They've actually snuck through. Kayak clearing through tree and getting close towards site, but the back line is not safe. Ethan's still here. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy round. They want the plant for something on their side. But
Nobody's holding.
What is that? No way! Of Fnatic making these mistakes, and Brock is breaking their back. That's unreal. You don't see that level of error. Fnatic look flustered, Mike.
Absolutely locked out of this half now. Crashy's last one alive, but to find a consolation at least. NRG really too interested in feeding any further into this. NRG will find another round here, 7-3 the scoreline, but outside of that, the bigger picture, certainly winning in terms of the mental here at this opening map.
Alpha 3 kills, Kayak 5, Kron 7. I mean, it's not terrible.
Crash is in a 1 and 8.
Yeah,
Crash is usually very proficient here on Ascent in particular.
Yo, Brock.
NRG, yeah, look very comfortable up on the stage.
What a starting move from them. Their opening foray into this has sent a loud message to Fnatic. They are ready, and they absolutely know what you're up to.
Fnatic really haven't shown much in terms of versatility here. And if they can recover this to potentially 4 or 5 rounds, but they'll do it here with just a hero rifle for Crashies. Sheriff's elsewhere. Ethan going to punish Kayak once more up mid.
Get around.
Not noted just yet, yeah.
Oh, the timing, man. You can't get away from it. Crashy's still...
Oh, my God.
Dude, I doubted it earlier, and look at it now. The Odin just filthy on the spam. So now Kron already considered. And welcome to Odin play, baby. It's 4 kills. And it's light work for Brock. I don't think he saw 3 of them.
Last round before the switch.
Certainly twisting the knife now. And Fnatic have to freeze behind the Vice Wall here, just waiting to stack up potentially on the back of the paranoia, but there's not enough time to do that versus Raw.
Bro, you guys don't know how to play.
Give it, Marta.
Well, I think certainly, at least here in the opening half of this series, Marta potentially a question mark. Again, numerically not necessarily reflected here, but looking very comfortable. Marta again on the hunt. Oh.
High risk,
And that's
high
the sort
reward.
of thing, definitely feeling it, to be put in a position like that.
And why not? Get in their face, make it hurt, remind them that they are mortal. Boaster is desperately trying. You actually can't even question him. He is trying his heart out here. But down to 3, finally Fnatic have an advantage up on 4. Breaking through on towards the B side, fighting forward. Crashy's gonna take away Ethan. Now you gotta look at the last 2. Scooper and Brock are locked out of this site, and the spike is clearing through steadily.
No chance of the res coming through here. Fnatic just gonna freeze to secure the kill, wait for a smoke to cover across it. Chronicle will find the plot. Actually, Brock on the spam though will shut down Crashies.
They can't lose this. This round is so essential, so critical. Kron still has ult. There it is. Nicely timed. I think they can get 1 out. That's it. So you still got Brock here. Gonna invest the ult. Why not? Maybe clear backside. Doesn't get the tag, so it implies this up-close play from Kron. Late investment from the wall. Lovely from him. And look how disconnected you've got Boaster here. Super deep as Kayak actually not looking so pretty. 10 HP gets cleared. No way. Chronicle needs to be the backbone here because Scuba has slipped ahead, but he's been found. Classic form from Chronicle at the end there. But an 8-4 scoreline should shake Fnatic.
Certainly going to be feeling good in terms of the recovery here to at least get it to this point. They get Mata in this last round. The flash is perfect as well, by the way.
Yes.
If he's not caught immediately, he can shut this entire play down.
No, the plan has looked good. Initially from NRG, they've staked their claim 8 rounds. That is a big, big statement to start with on a map that sat incredibly well historically for Fnatic. Now we need to see what the bounce back looks like. So while we wait for the second half, we're going to check in with Lou and hear from Fnatic's Superstar.
Et bonjour l'Accor Arena. Bonjour et bienvenue. Welcome everyone to our big arena here in Paris. And look who I have with me, the best sub in Paris, Doma. It's a pleasure to have you here, first of all. And the first question I wanted to ask you is, I think you did the guys the best gift, right? By qualifying them to the top 3, subbing in and stuff. You might have thought that you were going to chill at home watching champs and stuff. So how does it feel, you know, being a part of it and seeing the boys on the big stage?
I mean, obviously, I played already in champs, went to some as a sub. But yeah, I mean, it feels good. It was a big shock getting to stay here. But yeah, I mean, overall, super nice.
Super nice and everyone is proud of you too. Donc première question, t'as peut-être cru que t'allais pouvoir chiller à la maison, regarder les champions tranquilles et finalement t'en fais partie. C'est toi qui as qualifié les garçons ici au top 3, donc qu'est-ce que ça fait? C'est un feeling incroyable, j'ai déjà joué aux champions mais là c'est spécial. C'était un gros choc pour moi d'être appelé pour jouer, donc évidemment très fier. And not only the boys but also Alfire owes you on this one. So you know, how did he thank you after that victory and why do you think he will be in his prime today?
I mean, he thanked me by giving me a big hug. When I came back to the prank room, obviously me and him are friends from last year. We spent the whole month in Korea, so we know each other really well. And yeah, I mean, just a big hug and a thank you.
Yeah, big hug and thank you. And why will he be in his prime?
I mean, I think it feels bad a bit for him for missing the last game, you know, failing the boys, not being able to play. So I think he'll just be in the zone today and absolutely farm it.
He wants to show it even better. Donc deuxième question, Alpha qui n'était pas là, comment il t'a remercié? Il m'a fait un énorme câlin quand on est rentré dans la prac room. On est potes depuis Séoul, on a passé beaucoup de temps ensemble et je pense qu'il va être à son prime parce que ça lui a manqué de jouer la dernière game et donc il va tout nous donner aujourd'hui. Thank you, Doma, for joining me. And now let's see if Alpha can take the win on Ascent.
Well, look, Fnatic have turned some games around.
So, yes, goes without saying that they have, I mean, cemented themselves as the kings of comebacks.
Yeah, so don't write them off yet. I know it's an 8-4. I know, I get it. And obviously here on the Coinbase Econ report, you have a little check-in. It looks like Brock's up there this time, but hey, take your pick, right? Because Mata, again, sitting on 6-7, but the impact alone from him, fantastic. But again, we look here at can they turn this around? They've probably faced worse odds at this point, Fnatic. But NRG, it felt like they had the read.
Certainly. I think the concern being actually the defensive side versus DRX is where Fnatic also struggled a little bit on Ascent.
Yes.
You're talking about historically, looked fairly comfortable here, but kind of dipped their toes in a very different composition, which we know is heavily antied, which almost forced the hand of Fnatic, right?
Yep.
So we are certainly still looking for the next sort of level for this composition, but NRG looking to strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, straight up the guts here. No messing about. Scuba, Mata, the clear wall early. And I like this early conditioning, early checking of utility, kind of establishing awareness and actually following them behind this. I do wonder if they still continue to try and split towards market or even look for a pick on Crashies.
Yeah, Crashies is about to drift onto this angle. Big information here. I'm not sure what he's seen on the other side of that, but certainly will put Fnatic onto high alert here.
And look, I was
connection now to Kron, actually.
Yeah, I was complimenting before NRG taking space on the extremities. Have to do the same for Kayak as well, seeing a little bit deeper on towards that B main side. So if they carry on this pathing, look at the choke point. It's a brutal crossfire, but I love this reclear potentially. As long as NRG can stay stable here and no one reclears them, rechecks on this, it's a crunch on Kayak. Whether he lives or dies by this could define the round. And the knife goes in, Kayak does he live. He takes down one, that's the spike spotted. Looking for a bomb, he finds it! Mata finally has to get involved. But this is still a great start from him. And now you're looking at who's tucked on the side. It's Kron, the man who was present, gets beheaded, but wait, It's just Brook. Oh, hold on.
Just Brook.
Yeah, my bad. I take it back already. Boaster on 15. Alpha still standing. Gap being closed. They're already close towards the site. Pause for thought. Take a second. Alpha clearing through. Has a look. Timing here. 7 seconds on dot. Did he get seen? I don't think so.
Does have a chance to ping here. I'm not sure if Fnatic is trying to buy some time for the heal here.
Where do they think he is? They are taking so long on this. Are they waiting on this heal?
I think they might be waiting for the heal, but there's going to be so much time passed here.
Have they waited too long, Mike? I'm nervous, and so was Brook. Caught in indecision. Fnatic flourish.
I think Brook is expecting them to be slowly making progress towards site here, but by the time the penny drops,
Unreal.
just a few seconds left to spare here. Again, I didn't catch when the heal was used actually in the mid-round there, but maybe just waiting on potentially the smoke come up, then thinking I've only got another 10 seconds to wait out.
But
I
these
mean,
two...
Kayak does so well to avoid this paranoia. Again, does get wrapped through market, but meanwhile, Crashy's a Boaster.
There it was.
Both, yeah, just finding kills at the right moment of the round where NRG are basically about to plant the flag.
Yeah, it's madness, right? Now, nice little buy up here. On the other side, just classics. So, expectation-wise, Fnatic could make it up to 6. And we know this, right? This team, it's a round-by-round affair. But that end, it's not completely quelled my worries.
Well, you say round by round, it's half by half. For me, again, sometimes the half-time score doesn't mean anything for Fnatic, but certainly seeing a lot of positives in terms of the preparation that NRG are displaying today here. Alpha looking to try and stand his ground here. Yeah, does have Crashies close proximity. The flash is good, but Marta actually caught off guard.
I like how much they're trying to chase him down, right? They've got the pressure. They can probably get a plant from this. Nice little reveal, though. Crashies a Boaster doing damage. Nice work. Farming this up. Not too many threats here. Som.
You got to know Som's in a smoke somewhere.
Or a cove.
Yeah.
I mean...
well, he's actually got Boaster.
All right, all good. 4 standing. Nice from Fnatic. NRG investing nothing into that, so not too much to worry about in that regard. Brought back to business, I guess, on the Odin. You want to see how well this applies on this side.
Certainly, yeah. I think what's key here is if NRG can really establish themselves in terms of early round protocols here on the buy round to really force Fnatic into making decisions, not allowing them to sit back and, I guess, absorb some of these late round hits. And initially did see a positive with them very, very quickly on the pistol round, making that statement towards market. Alpha looking for a spam here.
They're fast up Cap, though. He's got to be careful crossing back through. I mean,
look at the comparison of attacking defaults here. Actually got one player committed towards mid here for Fnatic, at least deep in towards spawn. Chronicle maybe looking for something on the back of the wall. Baited out very early ahead of the minute mark here, so plenty of options for NRG.
Well, just, I think, invested over towards A as well from Alpha. So that's going to at least maybe keep Som at bay for a while. Tucked into the corner on the bonus round. They've got to be careful about this one. Confirmation in towards B main, but they've got to know someone's near here. What do they have to... Maybe a flash to clear this? Looking at maybe Ethan on that one. Maybe the knife close. Knife further away, and this plays in Chronicle. Great first does get found. Good trade there, nice spacing. Not going to let it go too scary and sketchy on this. Kayak going to have to sit back a little deeper, give this up. They can't afford too many losses if they want to make a go at this one.
No, this will actually give Borg his ultimate as well, so...
Oh, damn.
A huge tool to potentially fend off Fnatic here ahead of the retake. He's going to full send it.
Yeah, but also keep in mind what Scuba's up to. If he goes for that late presence, I'm curious if he's just waiting for a flank. It's Kayak to kick things off, though. Brock goes down, and now Marta needs to take a glance here.
Scuba's got to move.
Wait, Scuba? Som's got to live, though. Som's got to do something. Som's back in smokes. This guy, maybe a little bit better equipped, though, but Scuba on that back line now makes his presence known. Finding one, finding two! He may not be the OG smoke criminal, but he's looking like he's up to the moniker. Slips away. Crash is still alive. But Crashy's fast to this one. Scuba, big flank, big play. looking comfortable on the big stage.
Costed an awful lot here in terms of casualties. I think here, what's key is the mitigation of Kayak taking this space in main. They wait so long to set up in market to actually make sure you do it. But difference being Kayak actually has the TP in this round. The pistol he didn't, he was fully committed to that deeper position. But Som doing wonders from the smoke again. But Scuba, actually, you almost think he's left it too late once 4 players can get onto site, but they can't find Som.
Which is such a lovely little way to play that out, but is that a pace change? No, okay, kind of slowed down a little. Maybe the knife just hindering that quick hit they were going for, but it looks like wrecked. Wall looking to be cleared too. This time, on the other side of this, Marta could be very alone if he goes through that choke.
Yeah, I'm curious of when NRG are going to try and prioritize towards either Boast or Alpha. In terms of this early round, in terms of going through the motions and that leapfrog sort of approach. Kayak, though, he's just desperate to find something in mid.
He's been starting to heat up a bit as well, though. Aldron gets dealt with, so he does get played in. And there it is, another shot!
That's a headshot, by the way.
Now, Kayak's been absolute filth in these rounds! This guy is something else! 2 big kills at 45 seconds. The round might be wrapped up here. Alpha in a deeper angle. Ethan kind of almost drawn in by the paranoia, but they're still firing. Now they still break it back in. Boaster's had enough, but he goes down as well. They are scrapping this out. But Kayak
30 seconds left.
has been the start and end of these rounds, and he catches Som. None the wiser. But Scuba. Oh dear. Oh dear! You don't get to miss against the king. Kayak brings it down perfectly. Fnatic, you gave him an inch, and they are starting to claw back in.
Certainly seeing them start to stabilize here. Kayak is just so pixel perfect with this weapon, time and time again. With the 3rd round here in the second half of Fnatic, NRG going to be broke in terms of the purchase here. Will force a timeout as well. Be a little off kilter in terms of the ults, but potentially for the next buy here. I mean, Marta being the one that's hopefully the one you'd have online come round 4 at this scoreline, certainly, but Kayak, that's his available. Boaster and Crash is just 1 away. Like I said, NRG made really, really good inroads early on here, the first couple of rounds, but they need to deal with Alpha and Boaster. There needs to be some sort of pressure towards these players to open up more options. We're talking about NRG, their game plan basically lives or dies by options across the map. Like I said, coming forward, dealing with the Vise wall, big tick in the box, but what's the next piece?
Yeah, where's that next step? That's something they'll be considering now during this timeout. A couple more seconds on it, but just to kind of roll it back here, we've been talking about Marta and we've been enjoying what he's been bringing, but to flip the script, I don't think people have even seen the peak of Kayak yet. We've seen glimpses in maybe ILs.
We've seen rounds potentially, but I don't, in terms of form and consistency, I still don't even think we don't know the best of him yet. And again, he was having to fill some big shoes, right? Coming into this in the place of one of the greats. Some of the biggest shoes.
Yes, Durka was, as said, one of the most iconic players. And he's starting to heat up here, Kayak, so let's keep an eye on him. Again, it's a slow and steady start. It's 13-14. It's not exactly, lighting the world on fire, but, I mean, did you miss last round? It's pretty solid. And again, he just likes his name up in lights, apparently. How long does he stay around, though? Time to back away. Smart choice. And actually did take, obviously, Marta down with him. Oh!
I've actually got Som behind him there. Walk able to find the trade. Scuba potentially going to get wrapped here.
No,
oh
crashies. Nah, man.
The jump scare in short. It's just Brock left to find. Boaster.
There we go.
Shut it down. NRG unable
back,
to
Mike.
find anything on a scrappy purchase or a lesser purchase than Fnatic.
9-8 now. All of that fun being had on that first half. Suddenly, you gotta wake up here. It's been 1 round so far. Rather, obviously, similar to the first. Still, 9-8.
Also, just take a look at how Fnatic are sitting in terms of this ult cycle.
Bloody hell.
This is to tie it up as well. And NRG, well, Som and Scuba at least have theirs. Marta's still 2 away. And another early challenge here, but Kayak's actually here very quickly on the operator.
No way! He got caught! Ethan puts him to his grave, but they have to scatter. Crashies posting this from afar, and Alpha still on the site! Back-to-back damage! 2 big kills, and he falls deeper. Drop the spike down on towards short. They're gonna make NRG work for this.
Got a full 30 seconds until the next heal is here for Alpha, though.
He's gonna be locked to that.
Yeah.
And the smoke, yes, perfect placement on that one. Actually worked out really well as it plumed, still able to be checked. So a 3v3. Finding stability, but again, the post plant, looking at the util. Still trying to play Som in here. He decides against sticking around too long.
Very few ways back into this for Fnatic unless they can find a kill, but Som in a disgusting off angle. Scuba a little bit disconnected. Port playing on site as well.
Start back in, getting ready. Ah! You gotta keep it in mind, man. And for Boaster, that's pretty frustrating again. Maybe considering, is this worth it? Are we close enough to be able to go for this? It might be just time to cancel and save here.
Yeah, just hold on to what Chronicle and Crashies have got. Again, a big opportunity in terms of the ults here. Hunter's Fury, like you said, forced NRG to scatter, but not necessarily amounting to too much. Alpha, unfortunately, played out in terms of the res.
Yep.
Chronicle will retrieve the goods on short here. It's unfortunate for Kayak. I think he's just overwhelmed. I said the first time the NRG have really gone barreling towards short. Previously, Boaster and Alpha both had freedom there to kind of post up, play a little, actually further back, but Kayak tries to capitalize on that by going forwards.
And it's still crazy after the early damage we saw Alpha do that this ended this way in my head as well, right? It's just like, I feel like you can kind of half this round and see it very differently, but still plenty of ults to be played with. Obviously, Crashy's investing his Scuba as well, but plenty in hand for Fnatic. But NRG have broken into double digits. This is a huge scoreline to build with.
One away from Ethan's ultimate. Said Marta still not quite there. Kayak this time around will resort back to presence in B main, and a third player committed towards this A side hold actually. And just maybe keeping in mind that Ethan potentially could throw his ultimate in the mix. NRG with freedom once more, but they will drift onto this deep angle of Kayak, who will punish. Now starting to find his groove, his rhythm a little bit.
And I like the awareness coming up from Crashies too, just sitting a bit deeper here. NRG looking for some opportunities, right? Looking for options potentially. Slipping that net. Pressure shown towards short. NRG about 40 seconds now. This is a 3-play stack on A, so got to be careful about this.
Ethan conscious of catching a rotation here, but Crashies, I don't think he's going to be
30 seconds left.
too eager to re-clear back towards mid. Have good utility coming into the late round here. NRG look as if they're drifting towards A though.
That's 3
now,
players.
does Ethan catch Crashies off later?
That is going to be a factor. Keep your mind towards that. They're popping up towards heaven, but Chronicle very well positioned. Good trade. And Ethan caught him. You're absolutely right. But they have to keep going this way. 6 seconds. It's so late. They're doing the Fnatic back to them, but no one does it better than Boaster. Drops the spike and gets Fnatic around.
Absolutely disgusting. Accidental. A stray bullet. Catching for Boaster will seal the deal. Like you said, it's so late in the day. It's the first time NRG have really absolutely filthy to close out the night for Fnatic. But it's the first time NRG have really struggled to get their teeth into something in the second half. Again, losing out in a couple of gunfights here and there, but so slow to approach the previous round now. Marta, knives in hand, in no command. Hunter's Fury here, big round for NRG.
Again, just the additional body on A so early. 3 players again. You can already see the Cron still up towards heaven here. We've got a quick pop towards Cap though, or up short, should I say.
Good timing on the slow though from Alpha.
Marta, hindered again. Slowed down in multiple ways. There's no access for him yet. Still looking to break in now, double stacked up though. You can see the site. There's a deadly duo, high and low, Alpha and Cron. I don't fancy it either, but he goes for the shotgun and it's not going to work out. But then you look at the layers to this coming in from NRG. Swarming the site, much pacier, quicker. Boaster, can you do it again though? Found two before. Spam in, flashed off. They're still fighting for this, no comfortable plant yet.
That Scuba finally making the crossover, but Kayak now look to apply some pressure here with the operator.
They're looking to pre-take on this potentially, no, just still pressuring, posturing.
I mean, NRG don't have to make a move just yet, but
Darts here, careful, that spam's on the way! You gotta know it by now! Brock's gonna deliver
30
bullets!
seconds left.
The second they get that up, and Kayak has to cancel now. It's Jame time, we're out of here. There's no going back into that site.
played so well from NRG though. Not to commit
Dangerous,
a player,
man.
not to commit a player towards the spike plant though,
Yeah.
until they feel absolutely confident. I think waiting on the recon. That's ultimately what they're waiting to punish Fnatic on. Poised for a pre-take, but held out here. Played really, really well by NRG. And this is actually with, like I said, Alpha getting his slow orb off at the perfect time, but there's nobody to challenge onto these early angles, so NRG are able to flood through so easily.
Yeah, I really want to give credit for that, almost like pause, right? Because there's always that temptation, just get the plant, get it done, let's, you know, get into the post, we could get a man to the good. But again, that diligence, that capability to just slow matters down a little. And while we say this, they are closing in to try and get this weapon away from Kayak. And I don't think he knows how close Scuba is. Kayak's gone. So that's the operator lost there in NRG, teeing themselves up for 12.
And ults still looking healthy for Fnatic, but the purchase, not so much. Alpha, let's see how it settles here, but I said I was asking for NRG to ultimately apply some pressure towards short, towards A site. Again, earlier on in the round. See how now they're starting to capitalize on it's that early work that
These guys are actually so pissed.
The attitude seems right from NRG too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, look at the arena, right? It's a different step up. Now, yes, we've spoken about Ethan being in these environments before, but for the other guys, some of them, like, okay, Som you can kind of throw into that list too, but so for the other guys, this is kind of scary, but they sound so calm.
yeah.
Super, super calm
I think
about
that
it.
also that's the benefit of like Ethan's presence in comms on the stage, on your side of the stage. It's just such a calming factor
For sure.
for any roster. But certainly NRG stepping up to the plate here. The opening map of this series. Like I said, there are players, well, teams, yes, but players that live or die by this sort of pressure. So to see them the way they are on stage, certainly a big positive here. Only going to be a couple of weapons invested here for Fnatic.
I think that's their last time out, right?
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's see what you got. So many ults to play with, too. I feel like they've just been building up for so long. Alpha trying to make a play here towards middle. Not being given much, though. And again, that spam is so oppressive. But Kayak gonna pluck Marder out of the pack here. First blood drawn, but
I was going to
dead.
say he actually gets caught there in the suppression, so he can't TP away. Great isolation from NRG. But Alpha, he's actually slipped the net. He's got a ton of space to play into. Ethan, seemingly aware of the possibility. And Som also, who's got his TP, so able to regroup if needs be.
Fnatic on those refights, man. Trying to find something. Just confirming attendance, too, that they are going to be stuck towards that B main area. Alpha begging for the chance.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful if you're Som on the... Oh, the timing.
Just giving it up.
Yeah, and look at this. He was just here. Ships in the night, almost. And Alpha, he's getting closer. They've got to be aware there's a chance of this, right? They've got to know there is a potential that Alpha is right behind you.
There's no wall on the flank.
No one is going to deny this. Alpha could be on for an absolutely mad one. Too many targets, too little time. He hits and runs. 20 seconds. He's already broken their backs here. They have to go forward.
Oh no, it's going to land perfectly for Boaster as well to slow things down. Create a little more pressure. Still 2 players on site, by the way.
10 seconds, they gotta go now. Fnatic still just trying to dig in deep here. They get cleared. Riz comes in. Fnatic fancy this one. They're going for it. Plants in play though. They can't deny that now.
Kayak actually did get an upgrade here.
Oh, the counter ult at this time? Oh no, Fnatic. Ults on ults, Mike. They're investing everything.
It's quite early on though, and Fnatic have got weapons now.
But Som's in a smoke. You know what happens here? Scuba trying to just maybe soak some of those bullets as well. But Fnatic are at the door. They need to break this one down. They need to do it now. Time is starting to run low. It's now or it's never, and Kayak leading the pack. Good trades, better kills. Fnatic, they're not out of it yet.
I will not die.
Just an insane round to pull off for Fnatic. And Alpha plays this perfectly. I said no utility to identify his flank coming early enough, but doesn't commit. Gets one, gets out.
God, that is resilience there, isn't it?
But again, plenty of options here. Kayak has his ult up as well, so...
What are you doing, bro? We're coming back now.
Well,
I've heard him say it
first.
before.
Yeah.
I've heard him say that, and he certainly wasn't lying, but it's 11-10. NRG are still up, still in the lead, still with a bye. But Fnatic have one back finally. They've got themselves back in a good financial position. Operator in the hands of Kayak. He's got his ult.
No ultimates available for NRG either. Kayak looking to maybe send out a probe into mid here, but down to 73 HP already. Kept in check. Actually takes another couple of attacks here.
They're up for a brawl, up for a biff. And that, well, Alpha didn't need the paranoia. But now there's a little bit of trouble for Boaster, has to get away, and he does so.
Able to slow things down though with the wall and the slow orb. Kayak's over here now to kind of offset this a little bit with the operator. I don't think they know they're going to be walking into op on shore.
I think they're going to find out pretty soon. Kayak decides against even breaking the Aldro and just sits on a deeper line. And Boaster, well, you checked Everett up the smoke. I think you're going to figure it out soon enough. Boaster's got him pinned dead to rights if he plays that out. But Alpha's still waiting on the site, looking to roll the dice here. Can they get the synergy right? Kayak wants to get involved as well. Make sure they're not alone in this. Isolating Brock. Late strike from Boaster. Reading Som's play here. Now Scuba and Ethan. This is a tough one. A 2v4. Would love a freebie early. Not going to get it this time.
30 seconds left.
Forced into a really awkward plant spot as well. Just being smothered on the site right now.
5 seconds for the knife. Still got a flash. Scuba basically fresh out at this point. Knows there's at least one toward main, potentially two. A gamble on someone being towards short. And Ethan's looking for someone to play ahead, give them a chance, but Chronicle doesn't make mistakes. And 1 HP was never gonna be enough. Fnatic right back at the door again, 11-11. Time to make a wish, NRG. Alpha's up out of his seat.
Finally getting that momentum in their favor. NRG, though, are fighting tooth and nail in some of these situations. Marta, unfortunately, being picked apart in terms of these opening engagements now. And NRG can't springboard off that. You can see the pause behind when that kill's occurring. I think that's where they're struggling a little bit. Again, seeing a 7-17.
What are you doing?
It's not necessarily... The numbers aren't the concern, but the fact that NRG can't capitalize on Marta throwing his life on the line to get themselves into a position that they can push forwards.
Well, we're looking at two very different upswings here, right? Kayak on a real high note now, 18-18, starting to really prove his worth, show that danger. He's not going back in for more. There is... Are you serious? They want to maybe get that wall dealt with. There we go. A little bit dangerous to go for it again. Speaking of danger, man, we're just shoulder checking out here. What is that from Som? Sensational picking up two there, beautiful control. But now the scramble from Fnatic. NRG now 5v3, and this could be that 12th round.
Drone won't spot anything here. Chronicle, look at it. He's actually found the spike.
That's a huge pickup there. Som does have his TP though, so if they need it, there is still that opportunity for a safe pair of hands. But Marta, you need to activate now. We've been calling you out. Where are you? There you are, ringing the bell of Chronicle. But a 2v4. Kayak on the site, the right side.
Again, NRG are going to freeze and wait for Fnatic to make a move, or potentially catch somebody in transition.
Spike drop.
The Kayak.
Oh my god, why do I feel there's something
Yeah,
about to happen?
50 HP. He would have to go absolutely insane here.
But look at the position from Crashes too. This isn't a bad read. This isn't a bad call, but he's been spotted. Great selection. Surely that paranoia is going to be perfect. He's been dealt with, cleared. The back line, still a problem. Crashies, can you bury them in the jersey you once wore? A 1v3 is not gonna happen. NRG up to 12.
In a must-win scenario in terms of the finances here. The culmination of the first map in this series. This is
that
just
control, man.
beautiful from Som. Yeah, has been playing the looser side of this pressure towards
Come
A.
on, bro. Take those fights, bro. They're not good.
Trying to get that confidence up, and I love that though. Trying to get Marta feeling out the game a bit, feeling himself, taking aggressive fights, backing your own number. Speaking of that, does he do it again up against Alpha?
Oh!
He does! Spoken into existence by Som, it works.
I think it's Marta who's definitely talking to.
100%.
Remove Alpha, no chance of the res here. Fnatic will have to play out as 4 Crashies actually down on a Guardian as well. Can they find a recovery here to force an overtime? Ethan will get his own off of this orb. Marta has to be careful. Kayak is all the way up towards top mid. He's just giving up the angle.
Timing, Kayak.
Oh my god.
He's going to hear everything.
Oh.
Every single
Can he
step.
catch them though?
Look at the scramble. He might be able to get behind them here. He does! And on the back lines, he thrives. Finding 2, gets out, damage done.
Fnatic now in a position to greet anybody that progresses into B main, but now NRG left to scramble.
Where do you go now? It's guesswork, right? You're trying to catch him in rotation, maybe catch him on the off chance here. Does he get a spot on this?
Oh my god.
Just because the smoke was
30
fading.
seconds left.
Didn't want to give it up. Re-smoke towards short, but look who's back here. The man they can't escape from. The man who already got to, who might have just scrapped their chance of closing in regulation. But they go heaven. They try and path away. Boaster might be heard on this. The paranoia, not going to find it. They're slightly ahead. 13 seconds, it's a miss! Scuba makes a meal of it, but 9 seconds on the plant. Som still standing. Brock by his side, it's just going to be Som. Are we going OT already? Som trying to stand against the odds. Pops up a smoke, but this time, how much can he do? Not enough! Fnatic taking us the distance in map 1.
Kayak threads the needle in this round, Lauren.
Got it from a rookie, no less.
That sort of play to force overtime here. After
God.
conceding the first kill,
That
Alpha
takes
falls
guts, man.
so early for free.
Take a risk, take a chance. Look what he did to him, Mike. You don't see that from just any player. That takes a lot of guts to go for. It's one of those that can make you look silly if it goes wrong, get caught in that weird timing. He's up for it, showing caliber today. 12-12.
Let's go, boys, let's go. Come on, keep saving my ass, let's go.
I love that, Alpha. He's fine, man, he's doing his job, but NRG, it's a wake-up call, right? This is caliber teams. This is big boy players. They've been here before. They felt the pressure of these stages. Now, can you live up to it as well?
Chance to maybe catch your breath here. Maybe an opportunity to pressure towards A here, but the dart is dealt with. Probably a big indicator for Fnatic.
There.
On a call. Forced a little deeper in regulation, at least earlier on the attacking side.
Well, he was kind of the spark that got things started again.
Certainly was, yeah, when NRG continued to test him. Now actually, further test potentially going towards Marda, who's picked up the pace a little bit. Gets on the back of Som's pep talk.
This is a deadly line, though.
I mean, Bork's already making his way across here as well.
Gonna just post in like maybe a dart just to see. I mean, it's gonna see a whole lot now, but the line gets broken. They just kind of disrupted it. So now there's a problem. Scuba can't really get out of here, but can anyone then punish on the play through? Not really. Brock's fallen. Marta's still standing, and Scuba got to fall away, turns away. And now Marta on the side. We want big things. He's got to deliver in these big moments. Kayak has already proven that validity. On the other side now, a little pinned in by Switch, but they're waiting for an overstep. See if anyone would dare challenge from CT. They don't. Marta trying to draw eyes towards him. 7 bullets, and he was blind. I don't know from where at this point, but Marta, a lovely reposition. It's perfect from Marta, but Crash is now the 1v2 on the right side. Marta, left side Ethan. He's done so well, but it's too little, too late. Ethan, cool, calm, and collected.
The flash came over the top of B main from Ethan to play in the swing from backside.
That was a flash from Ethan?
I just caught it on the mini-map. It flies all the way over.
That's
absolutely
nuts.
Beautiful.
30 seconds.
This
There it
one
is.
right here, yeah.
Oh.
Again, it's just, that's the sort of thing you get from Ethan. Off screen, rarely noted, but the value that he provides.
Let us hunt.
NRG, again though, able to cling to life on that site and whittle away. And now on to the good. Kayak gonna have to deal with Dart here, will be noted. Poster and Alpha over towards short once more. Shouldn't be any surprises in terms of the formation here. NRG back towards market.
Here.
Saw them test this very early on in the half. Regulation, crashes. Knows that somebody's probably drifted through.
Be careful though. They've certainly seen him now, and Boaster called in, but a little surprise on it, maybe a mini-map moment. And now gap closed by. Bloodthirsty as ever. Hunting down Alpha as well. That unlocks A until him. The one man who took him into this position before, pushed them into OT. Can he do it again? It looks like he's starting well. Good follow-up, great kill.
Oh my God!
The baby-faced assassin, making it look possible.
Look at Scuba's HP.
2 HP, standing on top, standing tall, a 1v1. Oh my God! 2 HP was all he needed. NRG, 14-12 in map 1.